Good morning. I'm going to offer you some brief thoughts, and then you're going to see another quote, and then we're going to hear Mimi sing. Very excited about that. So, hi, I'm Reverend Dr. Eve Hurwitz, aka Maven Eve on social media. So I grew up Jewish, very Jewish, as some of my friends would say. I was a conservative Jew. I was bat mitzvahed. I was also confirmed. Some people don't even know that's a thing in Judaism. In 10th grade, you can be confirmed, which just means you're extra Jewish. So I was exposed to a lot of Judaism and a lot of different kinds of Jewish practices. I also was singing in synagogue choirs for a long time, was an assistant cantor for a while. So the two things that jump out at me from my experience and my exposure to the Messiah in Judaism, first is these vans that we used to see in some of our communities that would proclaim Moshiach with speakers, and they were so just full of joy and expectation and love for this Messiah, and it was a daily practice for them. They were eagerly awaiting and wanting to be worthy of this Messiah. And Moshiach in Judaism historically would be a descendant of King David, and David's line was always spoken about as a he and a male. Moshiach one day will save us. The other place I saw the Messiah a lot in my growing up was during Passover, during our Passover Seder, which is the service. At one point during the Passover, we have a glass of wine, and Elijah, the prophet, is said to be a harbinger of the Messiah in Judaism. When Elijah shows up, that means the Messiah is coming soon. So during Passover, we welcome Elijah. We say we're ready for the Messiah, and we have a full glass of wine on the table. And we send the youngest to go open the door for Elijah. And while the youngest is going to open the door, all the adults kind of shake the table so some of the wine gets out of the glass. And the youngest comes back and everybody goes, "Look, Elijah came in. Look, he drank some wine." So growing up, I thought the Messiah was just a dude that came to your house and drank your wine during Passover. So not a whole lot of messianic talk in Judaism. Really, it's very focused on the now, on how can you be a good person now. You're supposed to do 612 mitzvot a year. A mitzvah is a good deed. 612 mitzvot a year is how we make the world a better place. So today, what I really wanted to focus on with those two stories in mind is that there's a lot of male representation of the Messiah, of the divine in our society. And one of the things that I do, both for myself and my children, I have 5 children, is I want the divine feminine represented, because there's nothing that says that the Messiah cannot come in the form of a divine female or the divine feminine. We all have the divine masculine and the divine feminine within us. And I think the divine feminine needs a little more representation. Not necessarily that I only believe in a goddess or some people only believe in a god. We just need both representation. Like why tomorrow I think of as only Indigenous Peoples Day. That's how we make change. So in my world, my life, I say, "Oh, my goddess," or "Oh, goddess," or "Good goddess." I say that all the time. And I encourage you, if you feel that there's a heavy male presence, if you're pushing back against the patriarchy like some of us are, I encourage you to insert the goddess in your life. Think of goddess as not just a present form of the divine, but it could be our Messiah, our salvation. Take that with you today. And thank you so much for being with us.